And welcome back to some more Rocket League tonight. We have up to 5 to 3 games tonight. We have a very special little tournament tonight that Fanshawe is going to be participating in. I'm very excited to see. First up, we have the University of Toronto's who we're going to be facing against. But I heard you have something for me, Jack, tonight.
Ho, 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 ho. You're absolutely right. That's right. Santa Claus is coming to cast today, and we're going to take a look at the lineup. That's right. We've got our absolute goats. We've got Jane. We've got Ches, and we've got Rieger. Ho, 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 ho. A bunch of nice and naughty boys. Look at them, just getting ready for today's match, going up against UOFT Blue.
I don't get paid enough to deal with this guy over here. But
Santa doesn't get paid to bring presents to all the children. He does it out of the goodness of his heart.
well, okay, tonight we are going to have a ton of games, but before that, we are going to take a short break before the game starts, and hopefully Santa Claus will go away. So don't go anywhere. Stick around. And we are back right into our first match right away. So we have, as you know, Jane, Rieger, and Ches playing, but we got Flying Penguin, Jaredon, and you want to take a shot at that? I don't want to mess this.
Okay, I'm done with the Santa Claus bit. I think it's Yush. Let's just call it Yush.
Yes? Okay, I like that for sure. But so basically how this is going to work is there is a minimum of 3 games. Oh my goodness, what
oh
a
my God.
reset.
Oh, so close.
But we're going to have a minimum of 3 games tonight and a maximum of 5. If you will lose his 3 games, they will not be playing tomorrow. But if they can win 3 games, then they will be playing tomorrow. We're not sure on the timing. But yeah, and honestly, I'm pretty positive we're going to be playing tomorrow. We have a phenomenal team, and I think we're going to do great tonight. I want to see us win just 3 straight games in a row. It's going to be amazing.
I mean, we did really well in the placements. We're really, you can just see the difference in the amount of locked in with Ches, with our Jane, and of course, our absolute GOAT, Rieger, whose name has locked in it, which is very funny. But yeah, I already hear Ches going for a flip aerial into a pass to Rieger, looking for a setup toward the net, but it looks like Fanshawe here is kind of matched on these lobs, these kind of medium shots that keep getting put there, as Blue here seems to all just be there and ready for it. Yush here almost going for a dunk, but it goes right off the backboard. Not going in quite there. Rieger now contesting Penguin here as they're kind of aiming for this ball here in the middle. Locks one. Yush does able to get up there for Blue as Jane here controlling that ball, getting a push past Yush here, as Fuel are now kind of contesting this, keeping it back into UOFT's end.
Yeah, and again, this is the first round, our first match, so we're just going to see a very neutral game, back and forth. We're trying to feel each other out. Nobody wants to overcommit. Nobody wants to show their hand too much. We're just playing a super simple game. So far, both defenses have been pretty flawless, I'm going to be honest. There hasn't been a lot of crazy shots. I mean, that was a nice shot, but pretty easy to defend. You know, unfortunately, nobody can follow up there. But there hasn't been anything too crazy on offense, but some solid defense coming out so far. It seems like a pretty even matchup. Can we get a tap? Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
That would have been nuts. That was almost a phenomenal angle. I am surprised that UOFT Blue did not score off that double tap. I mean, you leave that backboard open, I say it all the time, and it's going to be a goal. They just happened to kind of mess up that one. And, you know, it could come back to bite them because it's looking like Fuel's going to take a shot here. And a great save, a great shot as well. Wasn't actually going to go in because you didn't see the save come up there, but still, phenomenal pressure by Reeker and keeping this offense going. This is kind of like the first little bit we've seen of constant pressure in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Fuel here, historically, they do tend to overextend a little bit. They really like to play aggressive if they have that kind of momentum. And it looks like Fuel here just coming out, looking for mostly style points as we start off. That ball isn't going to go into the net, but that was a dangerous clear for them. So yeah, you can see, you know, they really want to be making sure that they have that guy in the back ready for it as they kind of push for these attacks. And again, you're seeing these kind of lobs at the net, just kind of looking to see if they can get through the cracks. And Reeker right there follows through. And even although all three of the players, I believe, are like in the net at this point, yeah, like they're all kind of going for it right here, and it just slips by. So that kind of goes to show you can't play too defensive, right? No matter how many people you can throw in front of the net, you can't cover all of it.
For sure. No, and I definitely agree. And it's a great shot placement, again, by a Reeker. He can see the three players. He knows exactly where they are. They're all outside of the net. They're around the net, but they're not. So the best shot is right in the middle of the net, which is pretty uncommon to see, right? But he just knows. That's a heads-up play by Reeker. A great job. Also, a great job by Ches there to kind of get a lot of the attention on him. And almost a copycat kind of goal here as we see the same exact play happen.
Yeah.
Right? Look at this. We take one shot, misses, a bunch of scrambling in front of the net, and then just a follow-up here by Reeker again to get 2 goals on the board for the side of Fuel. And only 1 minute and 17 seconds left, so Fuel's doing a fantastic job of staying ahead here.
I will say props to both Jane and Ches, doing a great job of just stalling the ball in front of their net. You know, Flying Penguin flew a little too far there, but here as Reeker now pushing that ball towards their net, it gets up, but it goes just off the cross, or the post there, as Ches now being able, already being up there, setting up for his team. But yeah, like, it's not just Reeker, you have their teammates. Both Fuel, Ches and Jane have that kind of scoring potential, but they're just smart enough to realize when it's best to pass. And I think that's kind of one of the main differences we see from, you know, your mid to high tier ladder teams, is whether or not they can play off of each other. Like, if you can really see where that ball is coming, communicate that.
A double demo. Did you see that? Speaking of communication there, that's a phenomenal job to communicate. You know, I'm not in this play, but I'm going to try to demo it. It hasn't turned out to a goal yet for Toronto, but they're looking super solid. And wow,
goodness.
Reeker with a pinch off, the ground pinch, and just missed. Just squeaked it by the defender, but just off a little bit wide there, but still on the offensive end here, and there's only 15 seconds left. UOFT is going to need 2 goals here, and it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to get any of it if Fuel keeps up this pressure. They're just doing a phenomenal job keeping the ball in the air, which they're a lot more comfortable than a lot of teams, right? They have super technical skills, and being able to keep the ball in the air is their strong suit, and a great win by them right away. You can see Leo right there congratulating Jane and Reeker. Fantastic job. I feel like, you know, Leo doesn't have a lot to say to them. Just overall, great job. They played super well. Kind of played to their game, right? You want, like, they're big on playing defensive for majority of the game, and whenever you have an opening, just go all in on that opening and don't think twice about it. So a great job.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I would tell them to work on is just make sure you have that guy back, like covering your bases and with that back check. But, I mean, yeah, that was just an absolute stellar standing. They had really good pass plays, great setup. You can tell that all of their hits are a lot more intentional. Like, it seems like they're setting up for these plays rather than usually improvising off of the kind of attacks that happen.
Yes, no, I definitely agree. And it seems like Toronto was just kind of out to a little bit of a shaky start. We didn't see too much offense from them as well. It seems like they couldn't really get their footing. So I'm sure we're probably going to see a goal on the side of Toronto here. They've kind of figured out, I'm hoping by now, figured out Fuel right. Unfortunately, they lost that one, but they did probably gain a lot of information. So I want to see what they can do to take this over. But if I'm Fuel, I'm going to keep up this pressure. But again, like, look at how controlled Ches is in the air. A nice little flip reset. Doesn't do too much, but still keeps in front of the ball. And that's something that Fuel has on a lot of teams. Each one of our players is super technical and can control the ball super well in the air. And so they got to use that to their advantage, and they did that a lot last game. And a nice demo here, too. Unfortunately, doesn't lead to much, but it does make the offensive presence of UOFT a lot easier to digest.
Yeah, I think to follow up on what you're saying, just a good strategy in general is staying in front of that ball, right? Because you can disrupt, you don't want those easy shots to kind of go past you. And here's Yush here looking to go for a kind of setup play, but he feels like he's jumping in on his own. The team is just a bit too late to follow him. Here's Fueler now pressing this attack. Penguin here is going to try and go for ball off the roof there, but doesn't quite make anything happen and just leads it right to Reeker. Now, he did have a Yush there to protect for him, but still, you really got to be careful with those plays. Reeker takes it up into the air, does get bumped. Jardine here going for a bit of a push, setting up for Flying Penguin. He's going to get it past Ches, a good bounce, but Ches will control this. Yush will keep it in Fuel side, controlled by Reeker. Bounce back to Jaden here, put into the pocket. Jane controlling this, blocked by Jardine. Jardine taking this ball to the net, but doesn't have any boost to really make anything happen, and so Ches will beat him to the ground as Reeker does kind of manage to miss it off the top. Backed up here by Ches, though. That ball will go towards that net off the side here. Controlled by Penguin to Reeker. Now Jane here, shot on net, blocked by Jardine. Ches controlling this with Reeker. Does get demoed, though, and will leave them in a precarious situation. That shot does get blocked by Ches at the last second, though, allowing for Fuel to press this attack once more.
I mean, phenomenal job by Fuel there to stay very calm and composed, especially after that demo. It looked like there was going to be a tough shot to come by, but they got back, rotated, and made a quick, nice, easy save, and they're still on kind of the hot seat. They've been playing a lot of defense, but honestly, Fuel's used to this. Again, this is their play style. Play solid defense the whole time, and when you have a good opening, like maybe here, then you go all in for offense, and I'm just really liking it. And right here, out front of the net, a bump on the side of UOFT. Can they make something happen? A nice bump again. This is going to be super good for Fuel. They got everyone here. A good clear by Yush, but will it be enough as Ches keeps it alive in their end? A nice double tap off the side by Reeker. Can he put it out front? He does. Is anyone there? And no, they are not. They're going to kind of regroup here. Apologies about that. Regroup there, though. But still, Fuel is not done. They just got some more boost, and Reeker looks for a double tap, but a nice save again by Yush off the backboard. But again, in front of UOFT's end, and no. Another save, but look at this. Reeker, full boost, going up in the air. This is something you do not want to see. A flip, reset, and a double tap off the backboard. Cannot get it, and Jane was just a little too slow there, but a phenomenal job by Fuel to keep up this pressure. And now there's only 2 minutes left, and still it's 0-0.
Ches here taking this ball to Penguin. Does get bumped, so he can't really follow through on it. But we are seeing the boost difference here in this attack. Fuel's going to have to kind of reset before they really want to make anything happen, as already they've got one demoed, so they're... But it doesn't matter. Ches is just clearing this past Blue.
Do you see that pass, by the way? Look at this. Look at this pass by Reeker. Hello. Oh, my goodness. Woo. And then no boost does not matter. Slots it over Flying Penguin. He had no boost, so he couldn't fly. And if you're a regular Penguin playing Rocket League, I feel like you're not going to get too far. Phenomenal job by Fuel. Now they're up 1-0, and it's looking very bleak for the side of UOFT. They should have probably had a goal by now. That beginning 3 minutes was kind of all them, and they couldn't find a single goal, and Fuel's been on the offense for about 30 seconds, and they've already found a goal. So, yeah. I mean, just kind of showing the difference between these teams right now. And something we didn't mention before, Fuel's actually ranked second in this tournament right now. The only team above them is St. Clair, which, well, I mean, they played against, and they know they're super strong. So, I mean, UOFT probably knows that and is probably a bit shaken right now and is kind of not playing their game. But if they lose this right now, they're going to go into a lose or go, a win or go home situation, which you do not want to put yourself in to start the tournament right away.
Yeah, it is kind of tricky. And yeah, intimidation and mental is kind of everything when it comes to these levels of play. Because at some point, you're just going to be equally skilled. And at that point, it all comes down to, who's better, like team-wise, who can, keep their head above water longest, because at that point when you're playing best of 7 games, it's all about the endurance. Keeping consistent quality across the board instead of allowing for those small mistakes. But here, Jane just disrupting. Fuel doing a really good job of keeping it in their end. You'll see a lot of the time they'll contest it at half rather than contesting it in their back or their front end. But here already, all three of Fuel just kind of sitting in that net, not letting anything go in. They know that if they just keep this ball out, they'll win this match. Flying Penguin, though, does slip it by Chez. Rieker is kind of there ready for it, but this ball is still up. Never mind.
And Fanshawe with the 2-0 lead now in the series with that win of 1-0. Great job by them. Kind of, again, I said they're like, UOFT is going to come out and probably be super strong, right? They just lost pretty devastatingly. So they're going to come, they're going to take what they know from Fuel and now trying to, have a plan of attack. And they had a plan of attack. They just couldn't capitalize on it. I mean, Fuel just did a really good job just clearing it when they needed some boost, recoup, get that. Their rotations were spot on. That backboard was never open. There was always someone in net, someone challenging the ball in the air. Just a great job by Fuel. And then when UOFT kind of had a little bit, like they didn't have as much boost as they wanted to, that's when Fuel comes in and they go for a great shot attempt, and just a great job. Also, amazing passing plays. I mean, we've been seeing their chemistry just increase every single game, and last game was a test of that. There was not a single overlap of like a double commit or a triple commit or anything like that. They're just playing together and communicating super well, and I mean, it just shows how long they've been playing together now. Like we used to, you remember at the beginning, we were talking about, or whoever it was talking about how Jane was the new addition to the team. Honestly, yeah. I kind of forgot that Jane ever wasn't on the team. Like, he's just been so solid, and they've played so well together the past few weeks, right? Like, he didn't start on the team, but I can't even imagine this team without him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I remember that game where we were, oh, here comes the new kid, and he showed up first game. Like, he was really there, and Jane here comes in, doesn't have quite enough boost or the timing to really make that happen, but he's still able to contest this. But yeah, like we're seeing, I think, just also a difference in skill. Like, there was one of that opportunities. Also here, just a beautiful save by Flying Penguin, just getting in there at the last second. But Rieker is there to put it up. Jane just lurking here, trying to see if he can make something happen. Does contest this again, keeping it in their end. A good shot by Penguin, almost tipped in by Yush, but it didn't quite happen where they wanted to, as Jardine here now kind of sitting in that back end, waiting for something to happen. But yeah, no, like they do a really good job technically. Like Flying Penguin, he had that ball up in that corner on the side off kickoff and just boosted and cleared, right? But here again, Rieker, they're throwing the ball at that net. It's just that bounce, shot after shot after shot after rebound.
It's that, and like this is the teamwork, right? Jane knows I don't need to go and try to scramble for that ball. Rieker is there. He's in a perfect spot. Rieker has gotten 3 goals already in 3 games of just being right in front of the net and knowing exactly where his teammates are going to put the ball from. That's that practice we talk about, right? All these weeks of playing together and playing in different tournaments and playing against a bunch of different teams in the 2 leagues they had, right? It's all coming down to this big moment right here. Look at that perfect pass there by Rieker to Chez, and now it's going to be Jane going up. It's just flawless. They play so well. Their rotations are so accurate tonight. It is pinpoint, and a nice flip reset by Rieker, and oh my goodness,
just slipped it by him.
That was ridiculous. Look at this, full boost Rieker midfield. I mean, game's over already. There's the flip reset over top of the one, and just slides it home between 2 defenders. Splash. Perfect job by Rieker. I mean, that is the last thing you want to see as a defender. Rieker, the best player in the lobby, coming up with full boost, the ball perfectly controlled in front of his car. I mean, that's a goal waiting to happen, in my opinion.
Ooh,
another goal.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, Yush.
A ground pinch, and Yush kind of hit me with the shush there. I was talking about how good Rieker was, but goodness me, look at that. The fake flip reset into the ground pinch. Oh, my goodness.
Well done. All right, UOFT. This is what we want to see. There we go.
First goal for UOFT actually in the series. And, I mean, a very stylish one at that. Phenomenal job. I do not think Fuel thought they had that in their bag, but they showed them what's up. And now, with a bit of momentum, UOFT is now on the attack.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a beautiful play coming out. I think we are kind of starting to see, who the score potential could be for UOFT going in, and they only really need 1 more goal past this, and already that shot's dangerously getting in front of Fuel's net. Fuel need to regroup here and kind of reset, as it seems UOFT have kind of gotten Fuel's number here. Yeah, here just jumping in, but Jane here on the attack, slips it by 1, doesn't get it by Yush though. and we are already seeing those kind of bumps coming out, clearing back into your pocket to allow for a setup. But you want to have that follow through. Like Penguin needs to be following through. Oh, not in it! The ball slips by Fuel and goes in the net.
Looks like a bit of relapse on the side of Fuel there. Kind of Jane wanted to go up. Okay, I see what happened here, right? Jane was thinking about going up for that ball, but Reeker called him off. Reeker missed the 50. Jane out of position because he wanted to go up for it. And I mean, that's the first kind of mess up we've seen from Fuel so far. It's just a bit of miscommunication. I think Reeker should have rotated back, been able to save that, and Jane should have went up. And so I'm pretty sure they know what happened. They know what they're talking about, right? And luckily, when you're up 2-0, if you let 2 unfortunate goals in, I mean, now it's still just 0-0, right? The only problem is momentum, right? And we're seeing that play out right now is Yush kind of just keeping this momentum going on the side of UOFT, and Fuel not getting anything to go right here. Just kind of Reeker by himself all on his lonesome.
You are seeing, though, Reeker with a great back check, just the amount of speed control that he has. Even though he was up on that backboard, most often players would just jump stall and have to take, an extra 5 seconds to get back, but he was right there. And here already Fuel kind of looking for that pressure again. That we want to see, again, those just more coordinated plays coming out. Ches, just, you're lobbing it there, looking for that kind of setup. A good pass to Ches will allow for a good tap over Yush here for Fuel, kind of predicting that ball going. And now Ches with full boost in front of the net, looking to try and make something happen. A bit of a demo coming out here. Jane a little bit out of position. Reeker, that ball going up, but he is able to catch it in time, allowing for that follow through, getting it by Penguin. Ches now up in the air, does have that control. Bounce gets controlled by Yush. Follow through by Jadine. Shot goes toward net, blocked by Penguin. Reeker here up in the air, keeps it in Blue's end. Ches going up here, a good bounce off the top. Reeker goes for the dunk!
Phenomenal play there by Fuel. A great pass. Reeker starts it. He sees that Ches is going to set it up for him. Nobody's in net because they messed it up. And that's a free goal. I mean, for you and I, that goal is not free. But for these teams, that's a free goal. Nobody in the net, ball in front of it. You're hitting that easy touch to put them up by 1 now. And 40 seconds. This is a do-or-die game for the side of UOFT. And oh my goodness, Ches on flip reset is put in front of the net. Unfortunately, nobody really there. But still, now Reeker is going to go for his own. And there's one flip, and he cannot stay on the ball there. But 20 seconds, there's
with a beautiful
not a lot of time here. And UOFT still down 1.
Right here already, 15 seconds remaining in this match, less than a third here as Fuel are now pressing this attack once again. Shot off the backboard, Jane almost quite getting it. Now Yush with an opportunity, but gets blocked out of the way, but Reeker demoed in front of the net!
Whoa, 5 seconds left, and Yush with a goal here. And that's the last time he touched the ball. Do you see that? But it's the demo that comes out.
I don't think he would have saved
Penguin.
It.
I mean, I believe that he could have for sure. But I just am so confused on how he even lets the ball get that far. Like, I mean, they missed the 50 in the air. There's still two other players, and oh my goodness, I was just sure we're going to an overtime, but oh my goodness, give me a heart attack. Wow. So now it is 3-3 in overtime. We got a game on our hands for sure. I mean, this game is the first time that UOFT has scored, and they scored 3 here, and 1 with 5 seconds left in the match. Phenomenal job, but Reeker and team are going to try to come and hopefully put this little run that they're going on, this little comeback to rest, because this is scary, right? You get this win. This is a huge win for them. And now 2-1, they get another win, right? 2-2, and now it's a do or die for both teams. Right. So Fuel's got to shut that down as soon as possible, and it starts with this overtime match right now.
Fuel here now going on the defense as Yush does get kind of blocked out. Reeker, though, playing the man and not the ball, a little dangerous in this kind of situation. Good pass to Ches. Ches will take it up the field. Does get chipped to the corner. Jardine, though, kind of battling for this from Reeker. Get it pass to Yush in front of the net. Both players aren't there, but Ches at the last second gets to control that ball. And now it's a 2v1 against Jardine. Ball gets off the backboard. Momentum pushed back to Fuel's end. Reeker is there to control that. Clears it back to UOFT here. Reeker now already in that pocket. Gets bumped by his own teammate as they're pressing that attack. Ches a bit off of an awkward position on that ball. Jane here just contesting this fight, trying to get it not in front of that net. Reeker, though, an awkward defense. Fuel here are kind of slipping up. Ches gets a bounce to his teammate. Reeker tries to put it over, does get it over Jardine. A shot toward the net, blocked by Yush. Fuel here again, pressing this attack. Flying Penguin's going to go up here, but it looks like Chez controlling this ball into their end. Gets a good bump in. Reeker controlling this, gets a ball in front of that net, but it won't be enough now on the back foot. Jardine with an opportunity to score. Reeker goes over the ball, but a block at the last second.
Oh my goodness, what a save by Fuel there. Reeker, phenomenal job. And Jane's going to look for a shot here as he gets demoed. This has been an absolute thriller so far. Chez goes up and he knows that there's someone on that backboard. He stays down. Now Reeker going to take a shot at this. This has just been back and forth game. There's probably been like already 5 shots just in this overtime alone, and that's top left. But a nice save, but no boost on the side of UOFT. Can Fuel capitalize? And a demo comes out, but a nice clear by the side of UOFT, and they're going to try to take a shot here. And no boost, though, again by Yush. Just trying to keep this pressure up, save some time for his teammates. Reeker gets over one. No boost.
There we go!
Chez, bang! And Fuel takes the series with a clean 3-0 sweep, but that game was anything but clean. That was a dirty dogfight here, and Chez tapping that home last second. Great job by the guys there. Anshaw with the win. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, props to U of T. What a way to end that out, kind of fighting in that last minute. Coming out, that overtime was a blast to watch. I only wish that they played like that the whole series. Like,
I agree, honestly. That was so much fun to watch. I was on the edge of my seat that whole time.
Yeah, I mean, and just, but at the end there, you know, Fuel kind of capitalized on that overcommit, and just kind of carried that into the net. And you can't really do much with a fastball and 2 players on it. But yeah. I mean, just a great series.
I mean, it makes sense. If I'm UFT as well, I was kind of frustrated by Fuel is taking a lot of shots on their net, and then UFT, they barely had any boost, but they saw an opening to score. They tried to go for it, and it's, like you said, it's a bit of an overextension, and then Reeker gets over the last defender. It's going to be an easy shot, and Chez comes in and closes it out. But, I mean, a phenomenal series, and now we're going to have another one, but it is going to be after a short little break, so don't go anywhere. We will be back with that shortly.